Hello and welcome to Toxicmaboroshi loses at Hearthstone. This series of videos will cover me losing at Hearthstone continually. There might be the odd win in there, but overall I'm going to lose. There are lots of videos out there on YouTube right now of players playing brilliantly and winning lots. This series is going to be a little bit different in the fact that I'm going to lose most of them. Hello and welcome back to Toxicmaboroshi loses at Hearthstone. We're in arena here and we are 1-2, which is shocking as I really did expect to go 0-3. I'm not trying to lose or anything, I am just that much of a bad player. That this series is Toxicmaboroshi loses at Hearthstone. We're going to look for an opponent here, and he's apparently an unworthy opponent, which should just mean that we're dead. It's another paladin, so very similar cards and powers, I'd assume. Going second, which I prefer, removing the 7 mana, I'll remove the 5 mana as well and go from there. Got a 5 mana back and a 1 mana, which is useful for the first turn, so that will at least give us something to play. I am just going to straight away play my 1 mana, do 1 damage, and then see what he does with his 2 mana. I was kind of expecting a hero power there, but a taunt with 4 health at this stage will probably slow my attack down. I am going to swap who's here. He may have a weapon, and the battle cry would be extremely useful if he did have that, but I'm going to play it now just to get a minion on the board as I have nothing else to play at 2 mana. I could have hero powered, I suppose, but we will see what he does in response. He is going to hero power, and then gets hand over to me. Yes, he is. That's good. A nice 3 mana drop there. Top decking that. I will just remove the taunt and then just get board clearance. I could have smashed him straight in his ugly face there, but having board control can actually be more devastating than rushing down, so decided, it's mainly not the best choice, but then again, most of my choices are not the best choice. You will see that I make a number of huge mistakes with my maths, mostly, just miscalculating what I could do with various attacks and defences. So here, just gonna go straight for his face, going against entirely what I said about board control, but I'm thinking it's only 1-1, so we will see. If he wants to buff it, that's fair enough, but most likely he will just sacrifice it, doing some damage to something. Oh, there you go. Perhaps I should have cleared it when it was a 1-1, because now it is more damage and more defence. Healed himself and handed over to me. So there you go, board clearance. Probably a better idea when you have the chance. Hero power, because there's not a lot else I have to do. 5, I'm going to sacrifice my square there, which opens his face up to a good mashing from my taunts. Now, again, I could go board clearance and probably should go board clearance, as again, he can probably buff those 2 characters. I'm going to play that secret there. It's not really worth it at this stage of the game because the amount of damage he'll get back out of it is probably worthless. It's much better when they've got a bigger creature and you have more health than they do. Again, he has buffed those two, so again, probably should have taken my own advice and gone for board clearance. So he couldn't do this, and he looks like he's going to buff another character. Yes, he's going to give that minion 3 attack. Now, if he was smart, he would attack with the lower value minion. He doesn't want to attack that because he will die regardless. So he's going to go for my face with 6, which is not bad actually. It was a good play of that secret in the end. He could have easily just done 2 damage or 1 damage to me, but got some good use out of that. I am going to face this manipulate his taunt, giving me exactly the same attack and defense as him. And then I'm going to just sacrifice that 4/4 and then go straight for his face. Again, I could sacrifice a creature to get some board clearance, but with my taunt there, he's probably going to have to do some major damage. He only has 8 health at this point, so he does need to clear most of my board, or we may well see another win in this series. What's he going to do? Yep, go for the taunt because he's got to. Has no choice there. Sacrificing a creature. He has re-healthed himself, but I am just going to slam him right in the face with my magical glowing hammer there for 3, which gives me a card draw, which is another 3 mana, give me another couple of creatures on the board. Smash him in his face, and yeah, I could have gone for board clearance, but panic him by putting him down to 2. I have a huge health advantage and minion advantage. So we will see what he does to protect himself. That's good, a Divine Shield, Taunt. Used all of his mana to do that. He's going to slowly wear all his characters out on my Taunt, as it was the biggest danger to him. But I have enough damage on the board here. I have the ability to finish this. Just going to use the poison there, automatically kills, and drop a well played in there. And he says well played to me as well after beating him. So, another victory here in the arena, even though I am generally losing games. This is Toxicmaboroshi loses at Hearthstone Arena. So we are now 2-2 in the arena. Okay, so shockingly we are 2-2 in the arena. We're going to search for another worthy opponent. That's kind of a hard one for the system. Trying to find someone who is not worlds above me must be hard. I have lost probably 10 times more games in Hearthstone since I've been playing it than I have won. But it has found someone. It's a shaman, a class I'm not overly familiar with, as I don't really play it very much in my own time. 2-3-3, that's not a bad draw. You can't really ask for much better apart from a 1-2-3 in these early stages, especially if you are going first. We will see what card we draw. It's a 7, so I'm just going to turn over as I have nothing to play on my first go. Hopefully he doesn't have anything for 1. Oh, hello there. Well met. That is a horrible card. It's for 1 mana, 3 attack, essentially 6 attack, because it can attack twice in 1 turn. Hopefully that taunt will slow him down. Yeah, just sacrificing that creature to get rid of that taunt. I'm going to use a charge card, which will get me 3 damage instantly here. End my turn and see what he does with 3 mana. 4 mana now, as he coins into a taunt. That is very annoying. It's only got 1 attack, but the 7 health means that I do generally have to sacrifice a fair amount to get rid of it. Because like characters are only 1 health that I have at this point in time. I'm going to try and start wearing him down, as I don't have a lot in my hand to really deal with it anyway. Pint-sized summoner, extremely annoying if left on the board for too long. Does mean you can get far more minion out of your mana. Now that's gonna have to be a taunt just to protect me while I try and wear down this taunt. Again, this is probably somewhat of a mistake. Mathematically, I probably should have saved the ball, handed over, and then just killed the taunt next time round. So he is clearing my board and smashing me in the face. Now with my turn, he has a lot of creatures on the board with relatively low health, so Consecration, and that will clear the board. Chuck out a charge creature with 2 damage, smash him in his shaman face, try and wear him down somewhat. We are relatively similar on the health stance. He has far more cards than I do, and probably that gives him an advantage here at this stage of the game. Very low health minions on the board. He seems to be thinking long and hard about how to deal with this situation, which, you know, probably not that difficult to deal with. It's not. They're not huge creatures. They're not buffed or anything. So we will just sit and wait for him to make up his mind. He obviously doesn't realise that I'm sitting here talking to myself, trying to fill dead air while he decides the meaning of life, or probably what to have for dinner or something. RNG working excellently for him there, which is a real bitch for me. Not sure what that character's about. Card overload 1+1. I suppose if he's got some overload cards in his hand, that's a good creature, and I assume he does have to have bothered to play it. I don't have a lot to throw out here. A 5 and a hero power is what I'm going to do. He is most likely just going to clear my board and keep control. Well, we will see how he does that. Yeah, there you go, an overload buffing that creature. And it's only a 1 overload, that weapon, so he hasn't lost too much mana doing so. Putting out a taunt, very irritating at this point because it will slow me down. He is then just going to clear one of my characters off the board, clear another character off the board, and then go for the throat. So we have 8 mana to play with. I could re-health myself just to take me back up to almost full health and get a minion on the board. So that is what we're going to do. He will most likely just concentrate on getting rid of that character, as it is 5 damage on the board. We will see how he goes about doing that, though, as it would take everything he has on the board currently to do that. Again, he's obviously a very thoughtful player, thinking about what he's doing, whereas I am not. With or without talking to myself, I really do just throw things out there which is probably why I lose more than I win. A Flametongue Totem, very, very annoying card. He is going to just sacrifice here. It makes a lot of sense. He's getting card draw from minions dying. He's going to take the damage but clear the board. The fact that Flametongue gives that totem to attack just makes it an extra minion. Now then, I think Flametongue has to go just to reduce some of the damage he has on the board. Gives me card draw. Not a brilliant card draw, but at least gives me 3 health back, putting me almost back to where we started. And he is only on 14 health. So, depending on how he plays, this could be another win. Well, that's a huge taunt to be throwing out when I have absolutely 0 damage on the board. Well, not 0, but there's not a whole lot I can do with what I have. He's going to just sacrifice that creature and probably got the value well out of it. Anyway, and then just attack with that 4 attack character. That's an extremely useful card draw here. Just going to drop his attack from 6 to 1. Still very annoying as a taunt goes. But we will wait and see what he does with his turn. Probably not worth doing anything else at this point. Keep your cards close to your chest, as they say, you know, don't give away too much until it's actually your turn to do something. Sometimes it's worthwhile because you don't have the mana the next turn. You want to play as much as you can in one turn and then use your mana effectively. But if I'd have buffed the character, he would have just aimed everything at it and taken it off the board. So maybe worth waiting until his turn. He is going to clear that character, play another minion, destroy that minion. He is throwing an awful lot out on the board. And I don't really have an answer to any of it currently. There is a creature with Divine Shield, so our character that gets buffed by that seems like a good choice at this point, which will make him quite powerful and remove the shield. I still have some mana left, so I will chuck out a Chillwind Yeti, and we still have some power left, so we will hero power just to give him something more to aim at and then hand over. Now then, that is a properly annoying spell he has just used, as he will now remove 4 damage quite easily, get another card draw. I would guess he'll throw another Flametongue Totem. That's not what I expected, but there you go. He's going to just try and wear out the most powerful creature on the board. An overload, but doing the damage. Needed a massive, massive taunt thrown out on the board, and he is just curb stomping my face. Silence that minion is no point to the silence, but the damage does mean that he has cleared my board and done a massive, massive amount of damage. I am literally just prolonging the inevitable here by giving myself more health. I've drawn more cards. I will heal myself again just to see if I can hold this out. I've now got more health than he has, but he has so much on the board to do damage with that all that health I've just put on is just going to go almost instantly. And there you go, exactly what we expected when we started another loss in the arena, which does end this arena run of 3 losses. We will see what lovely prize I have been given for doing this. 2 little boxes, a pack of cards, and some arcane dust. The arcane dust is quite useful if you like playing in the play or practice modes. Let's just open this pack of cards and see what we were given for that abysmal effort at an arena run. And nice shiny blue card. Naturalize, yeah, it's fair enough. Ice Lance, then Freezing Trap, and then Argent Squire, and then the rare card is a Blade Fury. Don't use the rogue that much, but anyway, that's the end of this, the end of the run, and we will continue on in another arena run. If you've got this far in the video, thank you very much for watching. This has been 20 minutes of your life you have spent with me. I hope I can convince you to spend another 20 to 30 minutes in the next video. Please do like and subscribe. Comment anything you want. I'm sure you have lots of things to say about my terrible articulation, as well as my terrible playing and my horrible voice. Please do feel free to comment anything you like, and I will see you in the next video.